Welcome to Raider Roundup. I'm Tom Christensen with the latest news and happenings with your hometown football team, your Racine Raiders. It felt more like October than April with fog and 44-degree temperatures, but the Raiders held their last open tryout on Sunday, April 13th, outdoors on the Art Keller football field on the campus of Carthage College in Kenosha. I talked with Raider head coach Wilbert Kennedy on how the spring sessions went and how the season looks ahead.
And we're with Coach Wilbert Kennedy. Coach, this was the third open tryout you had. How did it go and where do we go from here?
Well, once again, the tryout went real well. This was more of a practice structure, so we didn't do any timing or any of that kind of stuff. So we got more into actual football drills that we'll be doing, on a weekly basis, some of the stuff that we'll be doing. Did get into some 7-on-7 stuff, which looked good. Some things definitely showed where certain athletes are at this point. Some really excelled. It did create some of the gaps that we weren't able to see when we were inside. Being outside, we were able to utilize the entire football field, so we were able to see more of what was going on, how the plays were unfolding, and how guys were reacting to that. From guys running routes, how they were, setting up DBs to run their routes and so forth. So I think it went real well.
Okay, and your practice structure coming up, start on early in May and working up for that first game in June, hopefully like about 21st or something like that.
It's right here on us. I didn't realize it was going to come up on us so fast, and talking to Gino, he said, hey, it's going to go fast, be ready. I think we're ready. We got our staff in place. There's one other coach I want to reach out to yet, kind of sure things up a little bit. As far as the structure goes, I think it went well today with the practice, and we only have 14 practices for the first game, so we got a lot of work to get in because there's going to be quite a few new faces, so these guys got to get on board with what we do. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to the season right now. Like I said, there's going to be some players out there that's going to turn some of the fans' heads. They're going to say, "Who's that guy?"
Speaking of Gino, you figure he's going to be looking over the fence at you during the games?
Actually, I talked to Gino yesterday, and I had a nice conversation with him. Gino is a very, very dear friend. He means a lot to me. I played underneath him. He was a defensive line coach, and I got the opportunity to coach with him also. Gino's just a great person. Outside of football, I just like to call him just to talk and laugh with him. I told him, you better show yourself a little bit. I better see you around from time to time. He's like, oh, you will. So if he doesn't show up, I'm going to go over there. I know where he lives now. I'm going to go to his house.
Well, you had a good spring workout starting back in February, which seems so long ago. You had one in March and this one, so looks like getting set for the season. We're going to have a good season.
I'm very, very much looking forward to the season. I think we're going to have a very good season. I'm antsy. I'm excited.
Let's get it going.
Let's get this party started, like they say. The vets have been just great. Working with the young guys, the attendance with the vets is better than it has been. They're definitely more focused than they have been, and they put in a lot of work. I've seen some guys. They've definitely been spending some time in the gym and working out. Like I said, today's practice was more of what we're going to be doing, and we went through a conditioning period there where there's guys huffing, but you know what? I was surprised. They're in better shape than I thought. So that's going to help us a lot. You have to take up so much time at practice with conditioning because guys are working on that. Having that set up with Razor Sharp. The guys are over there. They're in that CrossFit center, so they're doing a lot of speed work and endurance work in there. A lot of expulsion type movements stuff, and it's showing. These guys we've been getting anywhere from approximately about 20 guys a crack at that. So it's all paying off.
Well, good luck. We're getting into the meat of the season now, and it's going to be pretty good. Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, thank you.
The Raiders will begin their regular preseason practices on May 1st.
It was a lot of work, but they were happy, even though they didn't know it at the time. Frank complained the kitchen was too hot and work never stopped. Zelda said her feet hurt from all the running. Late at night, Zelda would gaze at the factory and think, someday people will get fed up with hats and gloves in the summer. We should make a plan, Frank and I. But they never made a plan. They'd clean up, go to bed, and face another busy day.
That was Marcus Baskin reading Pizza for Breakfast to a classroom of Roosevelt Elementary School students in Racine. On Friday, March 28th, Marcus and Raider long snapper Josh Willis, along with other community leaders, participated in the Community Reads program at Roosevelt. We asked the assistant coordinator for the program some very important questions.
Tom Christensen with Lori Willis, the mother of Raider long snapper Josh Willis, and the big question, did Josh eat his vegetables when he was a kid?
Josh ate everything when he was a kid.
And it looks like it. Can you tell us a little bit about the program here at Roosevelt School this morning?
This is a community read. We get the community to come in and read to our students so they can see that reading is a good thing and it's a lifelong thing. You have to do it when you're in kindergarten all the way up till you're 50, 60, 70 years old. And just we want the kids to hear good, readers who are good and fluent, and just get them involved more in reading and recognize some of the people around town that they see.
And not only Ross Teller and your son Josh and Marcus Baskin this morning, you're going to have other people from the community?
Yes, we have County Executive Jim Ladwood coming today. We have Miss Racine, Miss Teen Racine. Our superintendent, Dr. Hawes, is here. Our Jane Barbian, who's our reading specialist in Racine, will be coming. And we invited the mayor. Unfortunately, he had another duty. He was coming, but he got canceled out at the last minute. But yeah, they come in and read to the kids, and the kids just get a kick out of it. They love it.
How often do you do this program?
This is a once-a-year program. We run other programs through Title I. We had a girls' event for all the girls and their moms, Fancy Nancy, and in April we'll have one for the boys where the kids get books. Somebody comes in, talks to the dads and moms and the kids, and the kids get to take their books home and read to their parents and stuff. So.
Well, it's an outstanding thing that you're doing with the kids. Get them fired up for reading because that's a lifelong skill.
It certainly is. That's how you make your living all around. You got to read everything out there.
Well, Junior had to learn how to read a playbook in order to get where he's at.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Thank you very much, Lori. And
thank you very much.
Food must have been the theme for the day, because when I asked Josh what he read, this is what he said.
Hey, Josh, how was your reading this morning?
It was pretty good. The kids were really excited to come have me read to them. Kindergarten's a great age to read to. I mean, they're very, very focused on you and involved in what you're reading.
What books did you read to them?
I read If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and a book that has my name in it, Joshua James Just Likes Trucks.
And did they just, oh boy, a football player's here and everything? Or?
Yeah, when I walked in, it was instant. Oh my God, there's a football player in our classroom. It was the best. It was really fun to go in there and read to them.
Well, you and Marcus sound like you had a blast this morning. Thank you very much for helping out, and we'll talk to you later.
No problem. Thank you.
This past February, a devastating fire hit the Mitchell Middle School in Racine. It destroyed the gym and severely damaged other parts of the school, along with books and materials used in the classroom. On March 29th, a number of Raider players, staff, and volunteers appeared at a fundraiser for the school at Castle Lanes in Racine. Raider broadcaster Don Wadowitz, who attended Mitchell School, raised over $100 when he offered to have the hair on his head, what's left of it, shaved off. Jennifer Geribay, the coordinator of the event, explained how the money will be used.
We're talking with Jennifer Geribay on the Mitchell School fundraiser today at Castle Lanes, and you've just done an outstanding job getting this organized.
Well, thank you very much for being here, and without your support, I don't think that we would have had the turnout without all of your guys and you guys being here, so thank you so much for coming.
How is this going to help the kids that were at Mitchell now or over at Wind Point School?
Well, the teachers, they lost a lot inside the classrooms. They had a lot of personal items. Me, being a former teacher for Racine Unified, I know how much money we pay for out-of-pocket, so it's going for that and just for supplies and rebuilding their classrooms because our kids are our future.
How are the kids adapting to being over at Wind Point?
It's really hard. The classroom sizes are really small for them. I talked to a couple teachers on the phone and they said that they're having a really hard time, and it's just going to take a while, and that's why I wanted to throw this party so the two schools could get together because nobody's been together since the fire.
Is there any more fundraisers in the work?
Well, I was in retirement and I threw this together, so I'll have to go and rack my brains and figure out what the next one's going to be.
Again, you did an outstanding job, and the Racine Raiders are glad we could be here today. Jennifer Geribay, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Tom.
Appearances by the players and staff are part of the Racine Raider community outreach mission. The Raiders recently suffered a loss that no loss on the field could ever come close. On April 6th, the entire Racine Raider organization was saddened at the passing of Raider General Manager Bob Marcado. Bob spent 24 years with the Raiders as a volunteer. He started in the late 1980s doing video work and selling souvenirs and programs, and then becoming general manager for the team in 1999. Bob is survived by his wife Sharon, 6 children, and a host of grandchildren. Bob Marcado was 65 years old.